Hello, I'm Juan Davies, Chief Creative Officer at KCET and PBS SoCal, and we're partnering with the newsroom of KPCC and LAist on a daily reporter roundup. Let's start with you, Jacob. You just wrote a story about a man who lost everything in a fire back in August and what recovery it's been like for him.
Yeah, his name's Michael LaCroix, and he lived in the hills above Palmdale in a trailer on this nice big property in this remote place with lots of trees and beautiful chaparral. And then one day in August, out of nowhere, the lake fire comes along. And all of a sudden, he's got an hour to grab everything he can and run. The last thing he sees as he's driving away is the fire coming over the hill, firefighters making a last stand. And I mean, 747s just dropping tons of red fire retardant all over everything. He goes into a lot of detail about the experience, but also about what it's been like to recover since then. And I think a lot of people would be really surprised to know that there's actually not a lot of help for folks after their homes burn down. So if you want to know what it might be like for you, if you live in a very vulnerable area, you should definitely check out the piece because maybe it'll help you prepare too.
Glendale has become one of the first cities in the country to apologize for its history of excluding African Americans. Itzy has more on that.
Yeah, the city of Glendale passed a resolution apologizing for its history as a sundown town, which actually makes it the first city in California and only the third nationwide to apologize for that history. I spoke with Glendale Public Information Officer Eliza Papazian, who told me that the city staff reviewed historical documents to identify and understand the city's racist past. She says that while there's no official record of sundown laws, there is, quote, ample documentary evidence that Glendale was in fact a sundown town. That evidence includes informal ways of excluding Black people and other people of color from Glendale, including intimidation and violence, as well as, quote, racially restrictive covenants in housing. The city also has a history of being home to white supremacist organizations. As for next steps, Glendale is in the process of putting together what's called a historical context statement that will focus on race and ethnicity in the city.
Our newsroom is launching a new project, inviting Angelenos and people in Southern California to ask their questions about race. Dana's here to explain a little bit more.
So on Monday, we introduced Racism 101 on LAist. The project is part of the Race in LA ecosystem, conceived as a community engagement follow-up to a virtual event series, Conversations about Race and Racial Issues that we had back in July. After the show, we had a lot of audience members wanting to know how we were able to facilitate such thought-provoking conversations. Racism 101 is a starter kit to guide your own conversations about race. We included a ton of contextual resources to help inform your discussions, and it also includes a call out for questions that folks might have for others from other backgrounds and life experiences that are unlike theirs. We assembled a diverse answer panel of newsroom staff and community members who are going to answer questions and share their own lived experiences. We'll post these answers online and on social media and give the community an opportunity to tell us how they would answer too.
And finally, we have Matt Levin with us here from Cal Matters. Matt, you reported on the political impact of Californians moving to politically contested states like Texas. And I wonder how our expats could play a role in the upcoming election.
Sure. So since 2008, about 700,000 Californians have moved to Texas. At first, that was because of the Great Recession, which hit us really hard and Texas less so. But more recently, it's because of the exorbitant price of living and particularly buying a home in California. Political experts and pollsters in Texas will tell you, well, this is probably part of the reason why Biden is polling so close to Trump. When you look at the places where Californians are moving to Texas, these are typically the suburbs of Houston and Dallas. These are places that have been conservative for a very long time and for the first time in decades are trending more blue. Texas GOP is not a big fan of this trend. Don't California my Texas was actually a campaign slogan, but the trend does not show much signs of stopping. The median home price in California reached an all-time high last month, despite the pandemic, at over $700,000.
That's fascinating, Matt. Nobody stops the California wave. Anyway, thanks all of you at the KPCC and LAist newsroom, and thank you for tuning in. Take care of your health, your family, your neighbor. We'll see you on Monday.